Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon, and these are Stranger Things thoughts. They're not thoughts for when your world turns upside down. That's probably another Stranger Things thought show later on. um, but for this episode, I want you to think specifically about Stranger Things as a franchise, as a storyline, if you will. Multi-seasons now available. A lot to see, a lot of fans out there, a lot of fan base, a lot of now history and lore and mythology that they've all kind of rolled into this thing. It's a big franchise, which is kind of fun. But here's one of the things that makes Stranger Things work. And if you think about it, you'll get there with me. Stranger Things is one of those shows that connects in a multi-generational way. And here's why. Obviously, the stars of Stranger Things are a bunch of kids. But yet those kids interact with a bunch of adults. Some good, some not so good. But yet, in the world that they interact with, there's some adults that are very strong. Joyce, Hopper. Then also, there are some adults that run on the perimeter that are villains, that are bad guys. And then there are some other adults that step in and you spend a few moments trying to figure out, are they good? Are they not good? Are they heroic? Are they not heroic? But then even if you go back to the very origins of Stranger Things, you had the younger kids who were the middle schoolers. But then you had a layer of high school kids that also had their own developing storylines and their own growth issues that were going on. And then you had those that hadn't quite made it in high school, that were just on that bubble, not quite adult, but not quite that old yet, that became very active in the storyline. And all of a sudden, you begin to step back and you go, gosh, Stranger Things has characters of all age groups, multi-generational, that you're able to connect to, that you're able to root for, you're able to root against. Again, I suggest to you that that is one of the reasons that the show, the franchise, has become so successful. They weren't afraid to create multi-generational characters and allow you, as an audience member, as a watcher like I am, to grow with those characters and to see those characters develop and evolve and things like that. It's brilliant storytelling. Why? Because all of our lives are stories that are played out in a multi-generational universe. All of us have folks in our life who are younger, who are older. We have all made that journey ourselves. We've all grown up through a world where things were changing and we had to adapt to those changes, and we continue to adapt to those changes. We've had peers who were influences in our life, mentors, if you will, who were probably older. We have taken the time to connect with maybe children that we've liked or had the opportunity to interact with, or maybe they're your grandchildren, maybe they're your own children that you're trying to raise. And then your children have developed adult relationships with people that there are adults outside of their parents, that they really value those relationships, that they look forward to seeing those people that have poured their life into the kids. And it happens in a very multi-generational way. Why? Because God's created us that way. That's what it's like to be a part of the family of God. Multi-generational families know that there are values from womb to the tomb. And everybody has something to offer along the way. Stranger Things got that as a show. When they sat down and designed the show, it wasn't just a show about kids. It was also going to be a show about the adults who would watch those kids, but the adults also that would be stars of that same show on that journey with the kids. Again, brilliant storytelling because it connects to us at a life level. You need to be thankful for the relationship you have. Look for those multi-generational environments to be a part of, because when you're there, you're healthier. And then embrace those environments and recognize that this is what it means to be family. And if anything, when you watch Stranger Things, you're watching a show where you feel like you're part of that family. Sometimes wildly dysfunctional, no doubt about it, but a part of the family. And in a bigger scheme, it takes this multi-generational approach to have one thing that they're trying to defeat and overcome, the Demogorgon. And that becomes the focus for all of these generations to come together, pull their resources, and use their unique giftedness to bring value to this battle that seems to always be taking place with this evil and Hawkins and parts beyond that as the seasons unfold. There is great value in that. take the time today and take inventory of your life and make sure that you're cultivating those multi-generational relationships where you have those kind of people that you're pouring your life into and that you're allowing to pour their life into you. You'll be better for it. Trust me on that. That's just a thought about some Stranger Things.